Hey, how's it going, you guys? This is Spydeco64 back here once again with another movie review. And in today's movie review, I am going to be here talking about Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange 2, or Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Of course, the movie has relatively been out for a week. I decided that I would have waited a week in order to fully, get people to watch it because not only because there were some spoilers, there were some leaks that like big heavy spoilerly content that was already leaked. And by the way, this video will in fact contain spoilers, so just if you haven't seen the movie yet, it's been out for a week, just please go out and watch it, just because not only is it a good movie, I also think that it might be also probably maybe one of the better Marvel movies that have come out in quite some time. Like, honestly. So, anyways, with that really being said in mind, let's just get into this movie right here. So, Doctor Strange 2 in the Multiverse of Madness, loosely, I guess you can say, follows up some of the events, of course, from his time during Avengers Endgame, and of course, also the secondary character in this movie, Wanda Maximoff, the Scarlet Witch, also picks up her story from last year's Disney Plus series, WandaVision, where at the end of that show, she becomes the Scarlet Witch and gets her hands on the Darkhold, which is this evil book that contains dark magic and all that sort of stuff. And in this movie, the multiverse is cracking. Well, okay, no, it's not really doing that. Well, no. Instead, what's going on in this movie is that Scarlet Witch is after this girl who can travel in between different dimensions, and her name is American Chavez. American Chavez basically explains that her powers, like I said, is to travel in between dimensions. And Doctor Strange and Wong now must protect her from Scarlet Witch. And yes, Wanda is a full-on villain in this movie. So I want to talk about the good things about this movie, because there's a lot of good. And I also am going to talk about some of the bad, which, to be fair, here's the thing is that, for the most part, I really enjoyed this movie. I really did. And, of course, one of the few reasons why I was excited for this movie was not only because Doctor Strange's character has grown on me since his time in Avengers Infinity War and Endgame. I'm not saying that he necessarily sucked in this first movie, but I really did feel like he was very limited. And I really honestly feel like that Sam Raimi, who of course returned to the superhero genre, at least the cinema genre. He came back, took some elements from the first Doctor Strange, and some elements from Infinity War and Endgame. Of course, Doctor Strange's story, about, of course, his sacrifice, or I guess his ultimate decision, and of course, giving the Time Stone to Thanos, which inadvertently was something that basically, he allowed, of course, him to do that. So, of course, eventually later on, of course, Iron Man would then snap his fingers, and all that, and all that, sort of stuff. And one of the few things I really liked about this movie was, of course, the horror aspect to it. Of course, this movie, it has a lot of horror elements. It has a lot of horror imagery, and I gotta say that it was great. That is just one of the things that ultimately, when I watched this movie for the first time, I knew one thing for sure, and that was, oh yeah, this is definitely freaking cool. And also, this movie also in a lot of scenes just pushes, the freaking PG-13 rating, and they really used it to its extent. Wanda's massacre on the Illuminati was just freaking, cool. And also, freaking zombie Doctor Strange, not the what if zombie Doctor Strange, no. There was another Doctor Strange variant in this movie called Defender Strange, and he dies in the beginning of the movie. And basically, Strange has to use his body, or I guess one of the biggest new things that was introduced into this movie, and that is dream walking, which is basically putting oneself in which is basically sending one's consciousness into another version of yourself in another universe, which is what Wanda used in the, which is what Wanda used to basically what happens is that Scarlet Witch basically puts her mind inside of another, body also as well. And also, speaking of which, of Scarlet Witch, goddamn, the standout role or the standout actor in this movie has to be Elizabeth Olsen. Elizabeth Olsen is the greatest actress in the industry right now, in my opinion. She definitely outshined Doctor Strange, which it's like, okay, I get it. Now, of course, what's also another cool factor is also too that I really also liked how Wanda just became the straight up villain. And, one of the few things that I was kind of worried about for this movie was kind of sort of, oh, are they going to reveal some villain at the end and all that sort of stuff? Like, for example, which a lot of people thought that Nightmare was going to be the main villain of this movie, but no, instead, it's Scarlet Witch who is the main villain. And honestly, I really love that a lot. And, and I'm just really, really intrigued just to see Elizabeth Olsen and more of her. I want to see more of her as Wanda, as the Scarlet Witch. And also, another cool thing about this movie that what it does is that it really opens the possibility of also the multiverse and all these different characters. I mean, come on, guys. John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic. Beautiful. That was, wow, you did a great job right there, guys. And also, they got the guy who played Black Bolt in that terrible Inhumans show back. That was kind of cool. And also, of course, Haley Atwell back as Captain Carter in live action. That was cool. Also, Sir Patrick Stewart returning as Professor X. I would have imagined I would never see him play Professor X ever again. I thought after Logan, that was it. Sir Patrick Stewart and Hugh Jackman, they're done. But no, and also this just gives it's just so exciting that, also like this is leading up to so many possibilities that, oh shit, we know who Mr. Fantastic is in the MCU, and all that sort of stuff. And it's just like, I really do, honestly, I'll be really honest when I say this, I don't really know if I really want Patrick Stewart to really play the main MCU Professor X. I would kind of prefer if this was just an alternate variant, which it looks like it very much is. And honestly, here's the thing about the X-Men casting, is that I want new actors. I don't want them to go back and get Hugh Jackman to play Wolverine again and all the other actors. You don't need to get Ian McKellen to play Magneto again, or you don't need to get Michael Fassbender or James McAvoy. Get some new actors, and all that sort of stuff. And hell, it looks like that we could that possibly the main MCU X-Men could possibly be the 90s version, which they're doing a new 90s X-Men cartoon on Disney Plus very soon. That's going to be run by Marvel Studios, so that's going to be pretty damn cool. Now, I guess if I can say a tad bit of criticism, there's two. One, I felt like this movie could have been a bit longer. I think that it was supposed to be longer, but here's the thing though, guys. I don't know what they reshot. I wasn't there. I don't know what other scenes are there, but I do know that Bruce Campbell is a very informative person. And yeah, probably there was a lot of clips that they did, or a lot of scenes that they did cut out. So I'm really interested to see. I'll be really interested if, I don't know, maybe there's an extended cut, which I don't think they're gonna do. But hopefully they can release those deleted scenes. And also one last thing, and that is one of the biggest things going into this movie was whether or not I would like American Chavez. Now, American Chavez, of course, has been given a lot of criticism as of late because, well, criticism that, well, number one, strong, independent women, which I fucking hate that term. I will punch someone in the jaw who even say that. And also because people have also been criticizing her just because she's lesbian. Guys, love is love. Just saying. But no, though the thing about American Chavez, though, is that I do ultimately wish she could have had a little bit more focus too. Because while she wasn't fully used as a plot device, I just really sort of wish they could have given her a lot more development, which ultimately I just gotta say, I like her, you know, and excited, and I'm interested to see how her story goes. She's definitely going to be part of the new Avengers or something like that, you know, with Kate Bishop, you know, all those other characters I can't think of right now. But you get what I'm trying to say here. So, overall, Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness. I will overall have to rate it an 8 out of 10, guys. If you can, go watch this movie. And also, if you might feel a little bit bombarded with the amounts, what I guess a Disney Plus series that you all need to watch, and I don't know, all the other stuff, I'm just going to say this right now. You probably don't really need to watch to really watch to watch WandaVision, honestly, because I don't know, kind of feels like she kind of has a better character arc here than she does in her own show. A little bit, but I mean, I'm not really too sure. Otherwise, but in other cases, I'm a Wanda stand. Elizabeth Olsen is mommy. And overall, Doctor Strange, Sam Raimi did a great job on Doctor Strange. And I hope he can direct the sequel, which is possibly going to see, you know, Doctor Strange facing off against Dormammu. So that's going to be freaking cool. So, with that being said, guys, I hope you liked this video. I know it's a little bit late, but I wanted people to go out and watch it. And we'll see you in the next video, I hope it won't be the Kenobi review when it comes out. But hopefully maybe a Marvel review, so we'll see. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you all later.